Patchett and Sparky Van Devender at Parnassus Books, looking for yet another reason to celebrate. This is the 100th edition of the Laydown Diaries. It was started in on June 2nd, my sister's birthday, 2020. And the reason was we were closed for COVID, and we were trying to figure out a way to promote brand new books that come out every Tuesday. And I had this great idea, which was Kat, who was our buyer at the time, wrote these really long, snarky newsletters every week, very mean-spirited and direct about her feelings, her truest feelings about the books that were coming out this week. And I said, they were so fantastic. We just waited for them. I said, I think we should publish your newsletter every week. We should send it out to all of the people who shop at Parnassus who can't get in the door anymore, so they'll know. And Kat said, no, it would ruin her reputation. And so we decided from that conversation that we would have like a warmer and friendlier video. So on the special 100th anniversary edition, because that's how old we feel, we're not going to talk about the books that came out this week. We're going to all talk about the book that we're reading right this minute. For me, it's Mrs. Palfrey at the Claremont by Elizabeth Taylor, published in England in 1971. Why am I reading it? Because Kathy Schultenover, who runs our book club, asked me to. It's so beautiful. The book I'm most excited about that I've read recently, The Candy House by Jennifer Egan, because if a better book comes out this year, I want to see it. And the book that I am ashamed that I've never read and really, really want to read, Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel. I can just hear you all going, you never read Wolf Hall? I got halfway through it. I thought it was really good. I had to read something else. I put it down. Okay, let's move on.
Hello. We have a special guest.
Hey, everybody. I'm Kat. I wrote the snarky newsletters that weren't actually that mean. Thank you.
Pretty snarky.
Just a little snarky.
I'm Lindsay, and it's very funny to me to think that I am the nicer counterpart to Kat's newsletters. I'm not.
You just gotta continue the spirit, that's all.
I will get meaner.
Well, I guess I'll start since I'm the old buyer, and the book that I just finished that I'm obsessed with, Silver Sparrow by Tayari Jones. When you don't work at a bookstore anymore, you get to read all your backlist, and I got sent this as a result of us picking An American Marriage for First Editions Club, and I loved it. I really want to read Groundskeeping by Lee Cole, and I'm currently reading Somebody's Daughter by Ashley Jones.
All right, and I am currently reading. I'm about to travel on a plane for the first time in 2 years, and my favorite travel companion is Patricia Highsmith. So they're mysteries. People are always traveling. It's great if you want to feel nostalgic about trains. So why not read Strangers on a Train, which I haven't read yet. It's the only one by her I haven't read, and I am excited. A book that I recently read and loved, Woman of Light by Collie Fajardo-Anstein, which if you are a First Editions member, this is our June pick, so you will be getting a signed copy. We also have an event coming up with her, so check that out. And a book, not exactly aspirational, it's coming out this summer, but my to-be-read list is ridiculously large. So it's aspirational in the sense of, I hope I get through that list so I can read this book because I'm really excited about it. Dele Weds Destiny by Tomi Obaro. This is coming out this summer. It's gotten great reviews. She's a wonderful writer. I'm excited for it. So let's hope I work through my to-be-read list so I can get to this one. And up next we've got Elise, not talking to us about events, but talking to us about books.
Oh, I'm going to talk about everything. First of all, that's not me. That's not my age, although somebody did say, you have a birthday coming up. I'm not 100. I'm close, but not quite there. And I also want to say that all of these videos have one take, as you might know if you've watched any of mine, because I'm always getting dates wrong and people wrong. And anyway, just want to say that. I also want to say that all of us have received communication from all of you that you love these Laydown Diaries. Some of you love the Smackdown Diaries. Some of you love the Throwdown Diaries. But my very favorite was the Letdown Diaries. And I thought, we could do something and we could talk about the books that never showed up because of COVID and they're stuck on a boat who knows where, or the most anticipated books that after we read them, it was like, yeah, I don't want to let you down, folks, but you know, or maybe sometimes the authors who don't show up for an event, although I don't think this ever happened. But just to say thank you for all your communication, whatever kind of diary we have here. So the books that I am reading, want to read, love, I am currently reading Emma Straub, This Time Tomorrow. It's humorous, it's compelling, it's emotional, it's so great. Love it. Emma Straub, this is out mid-May. And a book that I recently read that I don't have in my hand because it's coming out, I believe, in June, is Horse by the Pulitzer Prize winning Geraldine Brooks. Emma's going to be here. I have to talk about a couple events. She's going to be here. Jennifer Egan's going to be here. Geraldine Brooks is going to be here. This is one of my other favorite books that I've read relatively recently. This is My Year Abroad, Chang Ray Lee, and it just came out in paperback, so now you have no excuse. Come and get this book. It's so fantastic. And the one that I am dying to read, and I maybe will say to 400 million of you watching, I commit to reading this book. I love Lily King, and somehow I haven't read it. So now I'm going to turn it over to Rayanne.
Thanks, Elise. Well, like everyone said, Anne expects us to be a model employees and do this in one take. I am terrible at talking off the cuff, so before I come on Tuesday morning, I practice at home. This is my dog Sammy, and I give him my Laydown Diary report, and he listens intently, and I think he's got some books he wants to read, but thanks, Sammy, for your help. So, a book that I just finished that I loved so much is Hummingbird by Natalie Lloyd. This is a middle grade book that's coming out later this fall about a girl who is in a wheelchair because she has brittle bone disease. She's always wanted to go to middle school because she's sure her best friend is there. And she lives in a tiny mountain town in Tennessee where a magical hummingbird appears every so many years. And it comes the year she's starting middle school. And the person who sees it will be granted one wish. And I even mark some passages in this, which I don't usually do. I mean, this school has a ghost librarian that helps you pick out books. She doesn't like graphic novels. She doesn't think they actually count as novels. This is so fun. And another book that I am so looking forward to that's coming out in a couple of weeks, I don't have it to show you yet, is The Marvelers by Danielle Clayton. It's about a magic school in the sky, so look for that. And a book that I have dearly loved this year is A Duet for Home by Karina Jan Glaser. This is about two kids in New York. One, a girl who arrives at a homeless shelter on the day that a boy who's been there 3 years meets her. It's an amazing book for middle grade readers. And one that I have not read yet, but I want to so bad, is a favorite of our bookseller Madeline. It's called Alone. It's a novel in verse, which I'm getting into more lately, about a girl at a sleepover that goes wrong. She wakes up the next morning and she's the only one in her town, and a dog is with her. It sounds amazing. So thanks, Anne, for thinking up these Laydown Diaries for us.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching.